The old mansion stood on a hill overlooking the town. It was a looming hulk of a house with dark, empty windows like vacant eyes. People told stories about the house. They called it Hollow Manor. Some said it was cursed. No one had lived in Hollow Manor for over 50 years. The family that once lived there had disappeared one night, vanished without a trace. Their disappearance was a mystery that no one ever solved. The old house stood empty, a monument to its own dark history. But the stories about Hollow Manor never died, and neither, some whispered, had the family who once lived there. It was Halloween night. 4 friends, Max, Jessica, Chris and Ashley, stood at the foot of the hill. They dared each other to go inside the abandoned house. Max, "I'm not afraid," Max said, trying to sound brave. He was the one who always suggested doing daring things. Jessica, "Me neither," Jessica chimed in, though her voice shook a little. Ashley and Chris exchanged nervous glances. No one wanted to appear scared. A dare was a dare. They started up the weed-choked path. As they got closer, the house seemed to loom larger, more menacing. They reached the front porch. The wood was rotten, creaking ominously under their feet. The front door hung open, as if inviting them inside. The air inside was cold and still, heavy with the smell of dust and decay. The friends coughed, their eyes adjusting to the gloom. Cobwebs hung from every corner and dust covered everything. "Max! Hello?" Max called out, his voice echoing in the silence. A sudden gust of wind slammed a door shut somewhere in the depths of the house. Jessica jumped. As they ventured deeper into the house, they heard strange noises. Whispers seemed to follow them from room to room. Floorboards creaked underfoot, even when no one was walking on them. Shadows danced at the edge of their vision. Ashley thought she saw a figure standing at the end of a hallway, a tall, shadowy figure that vanished when she blinked. She didn't say anything. She wasn't sure she wanted to know if it was real or not. Section 4. The Secret Room. In a dusty old library, they found a hidden door behind a bookcase. It was stuck fast, but together they managed to pry it open. The door creaked open, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into darkness. "What do you think is down there?" Chris whispered, his eyes wide. No one answered, but they all knew what they had to do. They carefully made their way down the creaking steps, each one bracing themselves for whatever might await them at the bottom. The air grew colder as they descended, and the smell of mildew grew stronger. At the bottom of the stairs, they found themselves in a small, windowless room. A single flickering light bulb illuminated the space just enough for them to see what lay before them. Section 5. The Haunted Mirror. The room was sparsely furnished, with only a wooden chair and a large ornate mirror taking up most of the space. The mirror was covered in dust and cobwebs, but even so, they could see that it was beautiful, with an antique silver frame. As Ashley stepped closer to the mirror, she felt a cold chill run down her spine. She reached out a hand to touch the glass, but Max stopped her. "Don't," he whispered urgently. "Don't you feel it? There's something off about this mirror." But it was too late. Ashley had already touched the glass. Her reflection in the mirror smiled. But it wasn't Ashley's smile. It was a cold, cruel smile that sent shivers down her spine. And it wasn't just her imagination. The reflection was moving on its own. It reached out from the mirror, its hand a mirror image of Ashley's, but with long, sharp fingernails. Ashley screamed and stumbled back, her friends rushing to her aid. They looked from Ashley to the mirror, their faces filled with terror. The reflection remained for a moment longer, its smile widening, before it finally faded back into the depths of the haunted mirror.